Saudi Arabia means serious business right now in the world of football, and saying that in the world of sport, they seem to be flexing their muscles and splashing the cash to try and attract the very top talent. It started with Cristiano Ronaldo and his move to Al Nassr, and since then we've seen players such as Karim Benzema follow suit. The players trade in Saudi Arabia. Will we see more this summer? It feels like that is pretty likely at this stage. With the money they're willing to spend, players like N'Golo Kante, Wilfried Zaha are linked with a move out there right now. What I thought would be interesting is to see if we can replicate this in Football Manager 2023. We've tweaked the database slightly to give the Saudi Arabian leagues a little bit more of a rep boost, and also all of the money that they seem willing to spend. Some of the contracts you're seeing are just out of this world. I've just looked at this right now, by the way. Cristiano Ronaldo in this save file is on £1.7 million per week, which, I mean, mind-boggling type of money. I don't know how accurate that is, but outrageous money they can spend. We're going to go through season by season in a bit of a simulation to see which players take the money, go and move to Saudi Arabia, play for the different clubs out there. What happens to the Saudi League? Does its reputation become boosted? Who wins the Champions Leagues over in Saudi Arabia and in Asia? What happens next? Let's find out by doing a bit of a simulation in FM23. Should be fun. Little bit of a funny, silly video. Let's see what happens. Let's get into it. Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to simulate what is going to happen with the Saudi Pro League and the money that is being spent and splashed on players seemingly from Europe to attract them to go and play in Saudi Arabia. Here is the Saudi Pro League as it stands at this moment in this save file, 29th of May 2023. It looks like this. We've got teams such as Al Hilal at the top, Al Ittihad, Al Nassr in fourth, which is Ronaldo's team here. We're going to see, with this type of money, I'm just going to show you sponsorship income of about £750 million for each team. They've got quite a lot of money, each of these teams. They are all listed as being rich. They're going to spend money. We're going to go and simulate for 5 seasons and just see which players make the move to the Saudi Pro League. We'll also be keeping an eye on the competition reputation. We'll be able to go and have a look at the rep compared to all of the leagues worldwide. In fact, can I do it by worldwide on here? This is to do with the reputation of them compared to other Asian countries. They're just above the Qatari Stars League here. Look, if I go to world and then go to leagues here, this is the comparison. The Saudi Pro League is just down below the Eredivisie right now, and that's already a pretty strong starting point. When we simulate here, I want to see, does the Saudi Arabian League push its way all the way to the top? Can it compete with the Premier League after 5 years of all of this investment? I mean, that would be the aim, I'm sure, of the Saudi government and the Saudi regime. Will we see if that happens? Let's see by simulating from here. Just wanted to show you as well. If I go to the Saudi Pro League with the money that's involved and we head into this summer window, just some of the news and the transfer rumours. Already, look, Mauro Icardi right at the top is being linked with a move to Al Raid. We've got some other players down here. Yannick Carrasco. We've got Guido Rodriguez. We've got Acuna there. Mehdi Taremi. We've got Dzeko being linked. Wijnaldum. They're going to sign some players. Tammy Abraham is there. Joel Linton to Al Nassr for £58 million. Let's go and find out what they spend. We're going to go 1 season in the future. Then we'll go through the teams and have a look at who's been tempted to make the move, because I feel like there could be carnage. There could be chaos. Let's see what happens. And by the way, if this is your type of video, if you are enjoying this as a concept, then please do subscribe to the channel, and I'll be bringing you plenty more little videos like this over the course of the summer, as well as some other things we've got going on at the moment, like realistic rebuilds. We've got the DOF Almeria save still ongoing as well. Please do subscribe for more lovely content. Also, leave a like on the video if this is your type of thing. Let's go and find out then what transfers happen next in this simulation. Okay, 1 season in then, and well, we can see that Al Nassr have won the league here, but what I'm also seeing is that lots of players have definitely made the move. I can see players like Nicholas Jackson. He has come in from, was it Villarreal that he was at? Villarreal, £27.5 million. He's third in the goal scoring charts. Marega gets top goal scorer, and he was already there. He got it last year as well, I think. Iker Arrascaeta, Uruguayan, he's moved to the league clearly. There's not actually as many as you may expect in the top charts for player stats here. Ospina, Emi Martinez is in there too, which is an interesting one. But I'm pretty sure lots of players have made the move. One way that I'm going to look actually is let's just have a look at the transfers on here and just sort these by fee, because, well, I mean, there you go. There's a lot of players on here that will catch the eye that have made the move to Saudi Arabia. Jadon Sancho being the biggest one. Manchester United to Al Hilal for £121 million. yes, I think we can safely say, yes, they're spending the money now. Timber, Ibanez, Zuma to Albatin. All of these look above £40 million. We've got Nico Williams, Ugarte, Emi Martinez, Guardiola making the move. Such a good young player off to Saudi Arabia and Al Ettifaq. We'll go through the squads, I think, as well to see which players are there too. But I'll just scroll down so you can take a look at them. If any jump out, let me know in the comments down below the ones that you find particularly interesting. Dybala's on there. Look, Riyad Mahrez. Riyad Mahrez, one that I could see. There's a few players that you think that the Saudi Arabian government, state, whatever you want to refer to them as. I'm trying not to get into too many political things here because it is a little bit dicey, but we're going to focus on the purely football things, I think, in this video, because there are things that you could definitely mention and talk about. But Riyad Mahrez, I feel like is somebody that I think they would target. Mo Salah is one that really jumps out to me as well, that you think they're going to make a big offer for at some point, right? Look at these players there then. Let's just scroll down. If you compare those, if I go to the world here, I should be able to compare those transfers to the rest of the world. I'm pretty sure they're going to be right and high up the list. It's just, yeah, let's go back to this season here. I mean, the biggest transfer in the world this past year was Ousmane Dembele for £146 million to City. Martinelli went to Barcelona as well. But right there in third, Jadon Sancho, £121 million. Huge, huge money. Victor Osimhen has gone to Liverpool for 112 as well. Just show you the other transfers there. I want to, before we continue to look at the next few seasons, I think I'm going to go 2 seasons next time. By the way, there are some that were still on this part here, but over the, you know, how it ticks over and you have transfers on both. One thing I want to do on the world thing here is to have a look at the rankings of competitions, leagues. They were right below the Argentinian league, or right above the Argentinian league. They're still there in terms of their ranking then. They are just about on a par with the Brazilian league, the Portuguese league, and the Eredivisie. They've not jumped above them. I wonder if in the next year or so they will go above those. Will they boost the rep with the players that are moving in? You'd think so, because that's the way that reputation works on FM, is that the players come in and the leagues then have their reputation increased. Let's find out by going 2 more years. Let's see if there are any other crazy transfers that happen. But actually, before we do that, let's have a quick look at some of the squads. I'll quickly go through these so you can see some of the squads or the most recent starting 11s that are being taking shape in the league. Here is Al Hilal with Sancho and Marega in there. Not actually that many more in there. Scrolling through any that jump up. Benzema, there he is. Look, Al Ittihad playing left wing, which seems like a weird one to me. Sergio Busquets did go and join their look, as is rumoured. They have Hegazi, who used to play for, was it West Brom in the Premier League? Let's go through these 2. Any more that jump out there? Not as much, I suppose. There's Martins on the left wing there. Any in this one? It hasn't been a complete takeover. There's been a lot of transfers gone through, but looking at these squads, not a complete takeover. There is Al Nassr with Ronaldo in there. Evan Nilsson playing left mid. Martinez playing right. There's Timber and Scalvini. Look, 2 good young players who have come into Al Nassr. They won the league. Here's the Al Rayad, Inacio in there. Simakan in there. Gravenberch, Gonçalo Ramos. Lots in that team, actually. Was that Tom Heaton? Tom Heaton is in goal for them. I love that. That is outrageous. £190,000 per week on Tom Heaton. I mean, the world has absolutely gone mad. This might be the best thing in this video. How much money did they spend? He was on a free. They've put him on 190k a week. I suppose that's one thing that we didn't look at. We didn't look at the money that they've put them on. 215k for Ramos. Let's have a look at Inacio here. 210k for him. The money is serious money. In fact, I want to go back here and just have a look at the season and sort these by team detailed, and maybe just have a look at the salary per annum. 151 million. Al Nassr is the highest one. I think most of that's on Ronaldo though. 1.7 million per week is just ridiculous. Evan Nilsson only on 52k. I mean, that is way lower than I thought. Scalvini 47k. They've got some bargains. 79k for Timber. Why is Tom Heaton on so much money then? That just makes no sense to me. I guess though, we had a look at a few of them there. I'll just go through really quickly just so that you can maybe pause on these if you want to look at them. Where did we get to? We got to about here. There's Isco in there. I want to see actually. Isco's on 275k a week. Di Maria, 200k per week. Diego Carlos in there. Karius. Okay, they've only put him on 17k a week. Why is Tom Heaton on so much money? That makes no sense to me. There's Karius in that one. Look, let's just scroll through to the end of this because I think we need to see it through to the end. Sebastian Coates is in that one. There's Emi Martinez, World Cup winner. 300k a week. Okay, they've gone quite big on his wages as well. Let's go through. Who do you think's on the highest? I wonder, is there a way that I can sort the wages in the league? There probably is. I'll look into that for the future. Dybala, is he on big wages? 275. I mean, yes, is the answer. Ibanez, 245. Wow. Just go through to the end. Barrow is in there, made the move. And there's Al Arabi. Next team, Al Batin. I think they signed a big player, didn't they? I think it was the Arrascaeta. Zuma, £250,000 per week on Kurt Zuma as well. Quaison up front. Any big names in there? Vitinho. Guardiola. I want to see how much Guardiola's on, actually. 210. That's not even that much, really, compared to what you might expect him to be on. Just to finish this off, then, Teo, Correa. In there, Hincapi, a good young player in there. Mahrez. He feels like he'd be on big wages. Only 100k. Fair play. That's probably less than he was on at Manchester City, surely, right? And then all the way through to Al Hilal. Sancho, 300k a week for him. Let's go another 2 seasons and see if this madness continues, because I just can't get over Tom Heaton on 190k a week, wasn't it? Ridiculous. I'll see you in 2 seasons' time. Okay, so here we are then after season 3 now, and in season 3 is a big change at the top here. Al Batin have now won the league. Al Nassr have finished 9th. Cristiano Ronaldo has retired, by the way. He is now an unemployed manager, but there are some definite added names to this list. There has definitely been some transfer business, as you would expect. Calvert-Lewin is now there playing for Damac. He scored or got 8 player of the matches in there. Kevin Schade was the top goal scorer in the league. What I wanted to do to start with is to go to this list here, where I've had a look at the players who are on the most wages now, and there are some outrageous shouts going on right now. Destiny Adoji is the top earner in the league, joint with Pascal Struijk on £425,000 per week. Like, can you explain this one to me? Because I don't understand it. Al Raed, I think they were the team that did Tom Heaton as well, weren't they, on the massive wages? Pascal Struijk is on £425,000 per week. Ronaldo's now gone, so these are the top earners. But if I just scroll down through them, it is really quite something. Calvert-Lewin's on 300k a week. You've got Kamara, he's been there for a while. Benzema still playing on 275. Gets a bit more normal. Marco Grujic is there on £275,000 per week. Great players have made the move, by the way. Kefren Turam. You've got Josko Guardiola there. We looked at him before. Anana plays in goal for Al Raed. They've replaced Tom Heaton with him, it seems. Inacio's there too. It's weird how they're not winning the league and they're spending this much money on wages. But just crazy money being spent by these Saudi teams. I'll scroll down so you can see just a few more of these. If you want to just pause it and have a look at them. Some really outrageous names. De Gea playing for Al Ittihad. Look at 35 years old. Who is the oldest player in the league, actually? The youngest player is there. The oldest player in the league is Benzema at 38, still playing. How many games did he play last year? Played 20 games and scored 7 goals as well. Fair play to him. Mkhitaryan's there. Azpilicueta. Kieran Trippier still playing. Al Raed as well. This team must be very strange. If I just click on it, can we have a look at them with their tactics? Yeah, I suppose not a load of them are actually in the team right now, but Pascal Struijk, left back, top earner, £475,000 per week. Actually, that's not a bad defence, is it? Trippier, Struijk, Inacio, Simakan, Anana. We've got Gonçalo Ramos up front with some Saudi players in behind them. It seems very interesting to me. I just can't quite get over it. I'm going to look at the transfer history here just to see not just Al Raed's, but the league's transfer history to see which have been the biggest deals. And I suppose we'll go from there. I thought that was Pascal Struijk there. It's Patrick Schick for £72 million was the biggest deal. Year before that was Kenneth Taylor for £73 million. Year before that, I think we saw was that Jadon Sancho. I think he might be the biggest overall, actually. If I have a look at the world ones and go across again to here and go to transfers, I think I can do it for all seasons. Perhaps not all seasons, but the biggest deals going on in the world still between Manchester City and Real Madrid, it seems. But the Al Hilal look at that 51 million for Ilian Melier, right up there with the biggest deals. I want to see them before we look at, I guess we can look at some of the teams and we'll go through those again. I want to see, has the league's reputation increased? Because that's the thing we want to see. Is there any point to bringing these players across to Saudi Arabia, where they are football mad? The football viewing numbers in Saudi Arabia are ginormous. So I don't know if this is going to be a flash in the pan as it was for the Chinese league, which did spend loads of money fairly recently. If you think of all those players that went there and then the money seemed to just, the balloon seemed to pop, didn't it? And those players all came back to Europe. Will that happen with Saudi Arabia? Will it? I'm not sure it will go to this extent, but will the balloon burst, or will we see actually it become more and more prevalent over the years? We will find out. Let's have a look at the competitions then. World competition leagues. The Saudi league is still in the same place. It hasn't increased its reputation. It's still Prem, Spain, Italy, Germany, France, Brazil, Holland, Portugal, and then the Saudi league. They are pretty much on a par, but it hasn't improved. So I wonder, will that continue from here? I'm not so sure. Let's go to a 5-season mark and see if this changes. See any other big transfers that happen. I'll see you 5 years in the future. All right, and here we are then in 2028. The league winners this year, Al Hilal. And I guess we'll start today just by going down, I think, or start this time just by going down the squads, because some of the names, let's see how these teams have developed over these 5 years. Al Hilal now led by Rafa Benitez as the manager. Jadon Sancho is the star player. Florian Wirtz has ended up there as well. Look, Mike Maignan in goal. There's some big names. Ostergaard in the defense too. Let's roll through. Al Ittihad next up. There's Guedes, Grojic, Kim Min-jae. John Stones playing right back for this team. David De Gea in goal. It's so fun to look at, isn't it? It's just so weird seeing some of these names in amongst some of the other players that are there. Joe Gomez is playing central defensive midfield for Al Khalij, which is a fun one. They've also got Livakovic in goal. Udogie, the biggest earner. Has he gone up in wages? 375. He's actually gone down in his wages. Maybe we'll check who the biggest earners are after this one. Kefren Turam is at that club as well. This team here, which is Al Khaloud, has not got that many big names in there, actually. Interesting one. Maybe they were just promoted. Could be the reason why. Al Shaudarup Shelley on the left wing here. Tonali is in there. Some FM legends there. Otavio and Pedro in it as well at Al Nassr. Ronaldo's former team there. Inacio Striker is still going strong. What's his wages now? £425,000 per week. He's still on a decent wage. Is old Pascal at 28 years old, still starting left back at Al Raid, which is, I think they might have had the funniest journey so far in this save. I love what they've managed to do. Kudus is there now. Look, Camille Grabara as the goalkeeper for Al Tawoon. Stan Gattuso was their manager, I just saw as well. Antonio Silva is the captain at Al Tai. Manager is Radoy. Is he Romanian? I think he's Romanian. There is Al Weda with Almeida as the manager. The manager's seemingly following over then. Granit Xhaka's playing left back in this team, which is a fun one. Looks like a few more managers have come to the league too. There's Jardim. Vidovic and Calvert-Lewin is a good strike force on FM. They've got Carmo's a good defender too. Renier is in there too. Florentino Luis. That's quite a strong team, Damac, although they finished 11th with Jardim in charge there. Here is Ohod with not as many in this team, I think. Not as many European players making the move. Schick leads the line for ABBA with Emre Belözoğlu as the manager there, the former Newcastle midfielder Emre. In Al Adalar, they've got not as many. Nelson, the centre-back. Lafont in goal in that one. Al Batin has Knutson as the manager. Zuma as the captain. There's Bamba in front of the defence too. Why is he playing right back? They seem to be using a lot of players as fullbacks as well, which is weird. Mateus Cunha's made the move too. Let's go through. Trossard. That's a different Trossard. That's not Leandro Trossard at all. Schlotterbeck is there. Guardiol's there. And I think we must be coming towards the end there. There is Al Fazali. Gallardo's in charge of Al Fateh. We looked at him. Neymar's made the move. There's a big one. What's his wage? Only £230,000 per week. He's made the move on a free from PSG. That's a fun one. That's the type of signing that might boost the rep a little bit. We'll find out if that is the case for Al Fateh there. Sam Maxman is playing left wing for Al Fire, and then we're back to Al Hilal. Let's have a look at first of all, actually, let's have a look at the wages. I just need to go across to here and make sure that I put in division as the Asian League Saudi Arabia. The division, let's have a look. Let's sort these by wages. Wages have actually gone down. 425 is still the highest. Pascal Struijk is still joint highest wage earner in the league, but not massive wages over the top since Ronaldo's 1.7 million. It's not gone too crazy. I mean, it's pretty crazy, but not too crazy in there. I don't think anything's going to be more crazy than Tom Heaton on 190k per week. Anyway, let's finally finish off by having a look at the world and seeing, has the league improved let's go to list here, its reputation. That's the list of clubs. I want to go to competitions leagues. Has it moved up at all? No, it's still just about in the same spot. So even though these players are coming in, the league's reputation hasn't managed to improve. And also I was having a look, Saudi Arabia is still pretty far down as well. Obviously, is this bad for Saudi Arabian players? They're playing with good players, but the Saudi Arabian team hasn't done particularly well since this happened either. If I go to the schedule, they've been struggling in, well, they beat Malaysia 5-0 in qualifying, but in competitions, I don't think they've had any real success. They've not been in a World Cup. Look, they've not qualified for this World Cup here. They lost to Bahrain. So no real success for Saudi Arabia. No real long-lasting effects, I would say. What do you think is going to happen in real life? I don't think it'll be to this level, but do you see this competition improving its reputation? Do you see lots of players going to play in Saudi Arabia? I'm not sure. A little bit of fun with today's simulation though. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Some fun ones. Tom Heaton 190k a week is what I can't get over. Thank you for watching today though. If you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Let me know what simulations and experiments you think would be interesting in the comments down below. Thank you for watching today though. See you in the next one. Bye bye.